Income Wheel Warriors by Kelly Phillips. Chapter 7, Make It Happen. Now that you know the secret to creating a stable income and a flexible life, it's time for the hard part, making it happen. This is where 90% of people stop. When COVID hit in 2020, I was teaching these strategies at an in-person class in my community. I quickly moved to an online format so that people who were laid off during the pandemic could get this information and keep their families afloat. Something incredible happened in every class I taught for the next year. To my surprise and delight, 50% of the students earned money in the first 2 weeks of the 3-week class. The highest amount a single person made was $900 in that 2-week period. I was thrilled. The online format worked even better than the in-person format, or so I thought. A year later, lockdown was over and people were getting back to work. And the percentage of students who made money in the first 2 weeks of class dropped like a lead ball. But why? I don't think there is just one answer to that question, but several reasons the percentage dropped. First, during the COVID lockdown, people were out of work and had more time to invest in creating their income streams. They weren't working or were working from home and things were slow. When you're working full-time and have personal obligations, it can be difficult to find the time to devote to yet another job. Second, they panicked. We didn't know how long lockdown would last or if we would ever go back to normal. They were desperate for a way to make money to feel secure. That is some serious motivation. Third, in that class, we didn't go very far into implementation. I gave them the basics and we covered dozens of ways to make money, but I didn't have time to dig deeper into how to actually build those income streams. So that you don't fall into these same issues, I'm going to help you out. For the first issue, basically not having enough time, the answer is focus. There's no timeline on implementing these income streams except the one you set for yourself. If you don't have a lot of time to devote to it each day, that's fine, but only if you do something each day. I certainly don't want another pandemic to come along to give you the motivation my students had during 2020, but I do want you to come up with your own. Are you doing this for yourself, for your kids? Go back to your True Goals worksheet and think about how you want to live your life and what's important to you. Do you want to continue on your current path for years, or do you want to build a life that is better for you and your family? Whatever that motivation is, you need to keep it front and center. Put reminders on your calendar to prompt you to get this done. Post a motivational quote where you'll see it often. For me, each day as I pulled out of my neighborhood on my way to work, I put the sun visor down and read, "They said she couldn't, so she did." That quote reminded me that I could do anything and that I had something I wanted to prove. There are many ways to keep your goal in front of you. Choose something that works for you. Where to start? Earlier in this book, I had you start to complete your income wheel. Do you remember why I told you to use a pencil? Because as you begin to implement the wheel, things are going to change. With the income wheel, there is no failure, just replacing one income stream with something that works better for you. But you do have to start somewhere. In the worksheet below, list the income streams you're considering. Then fill in the other columns. What is the cost to start that income stream? How much time will it take you to start? And does it align with your true goals? Once you have the chart completed and some income streams on your list, just choose one to start working on. There's no right answer, just choose the one that's best for you. Implementing your income wheel. Many of my students want a step-by-step implementation plan, but that's not how the income wheel works. It can't work that way because everyone has their own path to follow and no two are the same. In the next few sections, I'll walk you through the implementation of different income streams using made-up people and situations. The journey to implementing the income wheel is going to look different for everyone, but these stories will give you a blueprint to follow, or at least help you see where to begin.